Just okay. Hello, we are Brave Bots. My name is Alessia.
And I'm Maria.
And welcome to a new episode of Brave Around the World. Today we have with us bot builders, a team from Australia. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, and if everything is fine with you, we can start the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, please present yourselves as a team, as members of departments.
I'm William.
I'm Roden. I'm responsible for more of the CAD kind of side of things.
I'm Eli.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I work on the coding of the robot.
Okay, and what is the history of your team?
Well, the history side. Is that what
Yeah.
Yeah, like what have you done in the past? How did you form?
Yeah.
So yeah,
When was the first year? Okay.
our organizations, the bot builders, started in 2016 with FLL Animal Allies. We did FLL for a few years, and then we moved into FTC at the start of Skystone, and we've just been developing skills and new members ever since then. And we plan on moving on to FRC in the near future, which we've been around for 9 years. So that's how the team formed.
Yeah. Us three have only just joined the team. I joined the team last year. Yeah, or 2 years ago, technically, yeah. And these guys just joined the team a year ago.
Yeah. Meanwhile, William's been here since the very start.
Since the beginning. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, this is really interesting. And I also love the idea of starting with FLL and then going to FTC because it's really useful to get used with this kind of stuff and then go to FTC. For us, our first year was 2016. So it's our 8th year in FTC. And from then we had a lot of new members, and I believe our team has had a really big progress. And this year, I think, was with the biggest progress for us as a team. We can move on to the next question. Maria, can you read it?
Yeah, sure. So, what were the key features or innovations that set your team apart from others and help you get the Inspire Award?
So we didn't get the Inspire Award. We got the Inspire Award at our Queensland States, but we only got a Judges Award at our Nationals. But we can show you our biggest innovation for our robot if you would like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sure.
So the biggest innovation we've had, well, this season was what we like to call #side game, where instead of just doing the traditional flip over and place here, we added articulation so we could go to either side. This allowed for us to clear up congestion on the backdrop and streamline our games, which helped tremendously. It was one of our
Yes. Yeah.
Really interesting. Can you share any challenges the team faced during the competition and how you overcame them together?
Well, we faced a lot of challenges, especially coming to just teaching everyone and getting everyone up to scratch with like coding and CAD and whatnot. So a lot of us were learning as we go. So it's some of us are a lot better, some of us aren't as good. And what we do is we usually try and pair people together so that the people that are more skillful at like coding or building can teach everyone else. We always try and just keep everyone in the team has not like just one specific role that they only do. Like everyone mixes.
Exactly. I believe it is really important.
Yeah.
To be part of at least two departments.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll do the coding, sometimes we'll do the CAD. We all work together on these things, so we all know what's going on.
Exactly. So you all know some things from all the departments. Yeah,
That's
really interesting and really useful, this kind of organizations. Maria, which would be the biggest competition that we had this year?
Sorry?
Let me think. Which would be the biggest challenge that we had this year?
Well, honestly, I break
I think,
the hanging system. We've really
yeah.
had a few problems with it. We've had so far we've had 3 meets and a regional in which we participated this year. We're having nationals in about 2 weeks or so, and yeah, we didn't have a hanging system in the first 2 meets, and in the third meet, I think we had managed to beat it, but it didn't really function yet. And during the regional, we also had a few problems. Like the way our system is, we have some motors and some. Wait, I don't know the English name for the. Just a moment. Yeah. So we had some. It's a bit hard to explain because I'm not on the engineering part. I'm more on the programming side. So we had some motors, and these motors would move a roulette, and at the end of the roulette, we had some basically some hangers of sorts, and we would then move the motors in the other way, and the robot would lift up.
It's like half of a circle or something. I think you got it.
Yeah, it's
I can find the exactly
what we
translation.
on our robot.
That's cool. Yeah.
And yeah, we had problems.
Yeah, I think I would
Sometimes
say the same.
equally the roulettes would just fall off. So we had to reinforce them with all sorts of stuff during the regional, so we could. At the end of the last match, we actually managed to climb, but we were like 1 or 2 seconds late. But yeah, for the nationals, we will for sure nail it. We will make it so that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I would say the same. I told you before the presentation that we had a lot of problems with the hanging system. So yeah, this was our biggest challenge basically for this season. The next question: is there anything your team would do differently or improve upon for future competitions?
Future improvements, I would say
Yeah.
to go for the 2+5. So we've made improvements so that we can go for it, such as our pitching intake and such as our pitching intake, so that we can pick up from the stacks. Also improving our accuracy from our horizontal slides, as well as another improvement for that 2+5 is we added a extra horizontal extension from the back. So yeah, that can make the 2+5 a reality due to these improvements.
And in the organizing part, anything you would do differently?
Well, for the states and the national competitions we have in Australia, we didn't get our horizontal slides working, so that was a bit disappointing. But we've got them working now, so I guess that would be something that we would improve on, just getting the horizontal slides working.
Okay. Have there been any notable changes or developments within the team since the victory?
Notable changes.
Yeah, basically what we just showed you with the pitching intake and the slides, we're just trying to improve our robot in order to develop more of our skills since our season has finished. So we just wanted to keep working on it so we could continue and build our skills. As the Australian season is quite short, so if we wanted to put all our learning into the season, we just wouldn't have enough time. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically kind of the same for us. After the winning from the regional, we just kept going. So we still have a lot of things to do with the robot. I've told you about the hanging system. This is the thing that we are working on right now. But we also focus on the non-technical part. So we have a lot of events, a lot of projects for the community to promote STEM for the children, for the teenagers, and so on. So basically, this is how we keep going the things after the regional, after the victory. Okay, Maria, your turn.
Are there any specific strategies or approaches that you believe contributed to your team's victory?
Different approaches with.
Well, it's kind of like what I said before, I guess, where we always try and get everyone on the same page of everything. So someone's always working on coding. So I guess that's a unique way we do things.
Especially within like judging periods, everyone can just bounce ideas off each other, and it's really nice. As well as we like to have some junior members in the team with senior members, so that things like workload aren't really a problem. So if senior members have to go and do schoolwork, there's always junior members to also keep going, which is what helped us tremendously, because it would mean that there was never any downtime for the robot. It was always constantly getting improved.
Yeah, one thing I think we do that's really good is at the start of every competition, we break off into pairs and we all start working on several ideas for like the intake and whatnot. We come up with a whole bunch of list of things we can do, and each pair investigates one item on that list. Like we're thinking of maybe using a claw or using conveyor belts and whatnot for our intake. We tried a whole bunch of different stuff and we found that this worked best. So really, we've tested everything, and everything here is not in its first version. It's gone through many different versions. Yeah.
Every version,
I believe it's really important. Yeah.
every part of the robot is in its version 10s to get through 20s. We just keep iterating on each robot. So when there's a flaw or a failure in the robot subsystems, we take note of it and then we improve it for next time. So we always take the failings as our future learnings.
Yeah, it's the same for us. Our robot, I think the robot that we are using right now is, I think, the plugged version of it. We've changed a lot of things. And also the meets really helped us to figure it out which parts are good and which parts have to be improved. Okay, how do you inspire interest in STEM fields among younger generations?
Well, one thing we love to do is we show off our robot to the public a lot. So we've gone around to multiple primary schools to show off our robot and get them interested in FTC and STEM. We've also been out outside on you wouldn't know where it is, but to a place called Twelfth. We've been there a couple of times. That's just a beach in Australia, that a popular beach a lot of people go to, and we just drive our robot around and talk about the public, about FTC. So that's one way we do things, but we also sponsor a whole bunch of teams.
Yeah, we in Queensland, we help out all of the teams that need help. So we give them advice. We even give them old parts that can help improve their learnings. So a team where we lent over our old Mecanum wheels just so that they could start that learning now instead of waiting until they could get the funds to buy it. So just helping out with less experienced teams has really helped us. Do you want to?
Another thing we do is we sometimes mentor a weekly program where we mentor lots of young people, like children and teenagers, and it's part of our sponsor. We help mentor these people in STEM, like working with like Lego. It's like mentoring like FLL teams and stuff. Mentoring FLL teams because we also have 2 sister FLL teams, and so we help mentor with that as well, which is helped with the STEM.
And then we can also videos.
So we also have a YouTube channel. We upload videos of our robot and just a whole lot of stuff. You should go and subscribe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue. Mm-hmm.
We just love giving ideas to teams just so that they can they see something that they see something unique, so then they can be like, oh, I see that, I want to try and do that, and they can evolve on an idea. So just say our side game, we or hashtag side game first of all, and just by lots of teams just having that, seeing one team do it can give them ideas so that they can further the idea. Just it's really cool.
Yeah, really. I also love the thing with mentoring. We also have an FLL team, which we mentor, and then we have a lot of activities at the national library, for example, where we go and mentor the young people, the teenagers, the children that come there, and for me as a person, I really love doing this because it also helps me with the skills with public speaking, for example. And also I love the idea of helping the others in the STEAM zone. So you, Maria, what do you think about uh, inspiring interest in STEM fields?
I mean, we also go to a lot of, let's say, science related events, and we show our robot there. We have a speech about our activities in FTC and so on. And apart from the kids from the National Library, we also tutor some kids in a private school, also with Lego. So yeah, we have a lot of children who we like to visit every week. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Then we can move on to the next question, and this is: are there any cutting edge technologies or innovations that your team is excited about or currently implementing?
Well, I'm excited about AI. Excited to see where that goes. That's definitely intriguing to me. Not sure if it'll be a positive thing in the end, but it's interesting nevertheless.
Yeah, but also automation as well is seeing which processes and which fields will get automated, and what kind of jobs will come around when that automation does come, because automation does lead to more jobs. It's just, where will that lead? That's really interesting for us.
Yeah, it's a really interesting part. I'm also really excited about the jobs that I can be part of after I finish high school. And robotics is a pretty important and interesting part for me as a person and for us as a team to develop skills and so on for future jobs. Okay, can you share a particularly thought problem that your team had to solve and the solution that you come up with?
A problem that I think a problem that we solved was with our robot.
Okay.
Oh, is that just that we had to do? Or?
Could you repeat the question?
Oh, sorry.
So, like a particularly tough problem that your team had to solve, and what's the solution you came up with?
So just any particular problem?
Yeah, a particular problem.
Yeah.
About the robot.
Yeah.
The team.
Yeah. So a big problem that we had with our robot is just fitting everything on. Like when we first came up with the idea of using this kind of intake and whatnot, we were like, okay, well, we've got this chassis here, right, that we've designed.
Yeah.
How on earth we fit on a plane launcher and hooks? And so we thought about it and we went, okay, well, what if we come up with this? What if we come up with a design that just utilizes the space that's already here, right? And how are we going to fit that in? So we thought about, for the plane launcher, we thought, well, maybe we could use springs or linear slides. We found that linear slides were too big and the springs, we couldn't fit them on. And then we went, oh, how about rubber bands? And we were thinking at first of making a crossbow. But then one of our team members, he's not here at the moment, unfortunately. He came up with this really smart design right here, as you can see. It's really slick and it fits onto the side really easily.
This allows us to have a very skinny plane launcher while also having a hook, which will fire. So that was a really difficult challenge for us because another thing is we wanted our robot to be skinny so that we could go through those the trusses very effectively as well.
Yeah.
It took us a while before we came up with that design.
What about the organizing part? Like being organized as a team. Which was the biggest problem that you had this season? And of course, the solution that you come up with.
We're quite a small team, so it's quite easy to organize between each members. So we actually have a Discord for all of us to be part of, so that when we're not in training, we can always communicate with each other, because we're a very unique type of team. We are a community-based team in Brisbane, so we all live in different areas, but we can all communicate with each other through Discord and organize stuff through Discord.
Yeah, so communication was always one of our number one priorities. And we also have
It's very important.
we have a thing called Kanban board, which we use for organization. We just have all of the tasks we need to do, and we just put them into 5 different categories. If like the tasks we need to do, tasks that we need to like design,
And
testing, and then like in progress.
Yeah. It helps us keep track of pretty much all of our what we have to do. So then we just bring we take one sticky note off, we put it into in progress, and then when that's in progress, we test it, and then when it's done, we don't have to worry about losing track of where we are. We can just go to the Kanban board and just see what we need to do, which has really helped us.
Yeah, we also have something similar. We have a big board in one of the rooms, and there are written all of the stuff that we have to do that in that season, like all of the projects that we are implementing, all of the things that the robots need to develop, and so on. So basically, this is how we organize with the things on a big board. And then we have meetings with the entire team every Friday, and then we speak and we say the things that we've done in that week in each department, so we can all know everything from basically the entire activity of the team. Yeah. Maria, for you?
Sorry.
For you, if you have something to add
Yeah.
on this
I
part.
was going to say that we pretty much also have like a big calendar. We organize our tasks on weeks. Like this week I'm doing this. This week I'm doing something else. And yeah, we always like try to stay on track and do everything that we've we've proposed. Like what specific robotics projects is your team currently working on? Like besides robot, is there anything else you're doing?
So could you please repeat the
Are there
question?
any other projects we do besides the robot?
Any other projects? We do heaps of stuff. Yeah. We do one thing that we were supposed to be doing today, but there was a heat wave, so we decided not to, was combat robots. So that's pretty cool. We also do another competition, sumo robots. That's just, if you don't know what it is, it's just 2 robots in a ring, have to push each other out of the ring. So that's good fun. We also do FLL, First Lego League. Anything else that I missed?
We also are very heavily involved in outreach as well. So we try and communicate with the public about like STEAM and STEM, just to try and bring those people in who haven't heard of stuff, this type of competition, and how great it is for people. We also just mentor and discuss with different primary school and secondary school students, and yeah, that's what we're what we do outside of it as well, which is really what we really enjoy.
Okay. For us, since we are between the regional and national competition, most of our projects are still currently working on. I will give you some examples for the projects. First of all, we are still working on the robots. We want to have the best version of it, basically for the national. And then we have some non-technical projects. As I presented you earlier, we have meetings and workshops with children and teenagers, basically to introduce them STEM and what we as a robotic team are doing. So in the future, they may go and choose an FLL team or FTC team and so on. Then we have some projects for the schools. We build some experiments for them, some physics experiments, and we go with these experiments to schools. We show children how they work, and then they can basically understand what this kind of STEM is dealing with. These are basically our biggest projects. Maria?
I wanted to add a bit on the last project you just said. You just talked trailers about. So there are a lot of schools that don't have a lot of tools and actually they don't really do a lot of applied things like to see how an actual object behaves when put on an example. We gifted many schools some inclined planes built by us. A lot of schools don't really have these kinds of materials. Like they just do theory, but they don't really see how it works in real life. And yeah.
Oh,
we've also
also we have the VR project. Sorry for interrupting.
it's okay.
I couldn't hear if you were continuing speaking or. Another project for us would be the VR, the one with VR glasses. It's not still currently working on. We've only had it for 2 weeks in school, but it has just ended, so it's basically still currently. We've tried to show the children and also the teenagers how they can see with VR glasses the lessons that they are studying. For example, we've been at a history class, and there the children were talking about Michael the Brave, which is a history character for us, for Romania. And they could put on the VR glasses, and they could see exactly how Michael the Brave was during the period, and so on. Basically, the entire situation. We also have Ellie, which is an Arduino robot. Okay, yeah, these are basically the currently working on projects for us. And then, what are the team's aspirations and goals moving forward, especially after this significant win?
Motivations and goals.
Yeah.
So, what type of? I think one of the main goals we have is
Aspirations and goals, something that you want for the future.
so something that what we want for the future is going into FRC, because we've done FTC for quite a long period of time, and we're going to be advancing our skills up, and we're very excited for that. And yeah, does anyone want to?
Yeah. So yeah, we just want to increase our skills, and so for next season we can just be better than we were last season, and that's what FEST is all about. It's all about your learning, your improvement, your development, and we just want to be able to do that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. This was our last question. So this was the episode of Brave Around the World with both builders. Thank you so much again for collaborating, and see you in the next episode.